All right, the first question from the American side will come from Nedra Pickler with the Associated Press.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you if you have learned more about the circumstances of Sergeant Bergahl's capture and whether he could face any punishment given that the Pentagon has concluded that he left his unit. Also, could you respond to congressional Republicans who say that you violated the law by not notifying them 30 days in advance, and that the release or the transfer of the Taliban prisoners could put Americans at risk? Did your willingness to go around that 30-day requirement signal a new urgency to close Guantanamo now that you're ending combat operations in Afghanistan? And also states.
The United States has always had a pretty sacred rule, and that is we don't leave our men or women in uniform behind. And that dates back to the earliest days of our revolution. We have consulted with Congress for quite some time about the possibility that we might need to execute a prisoner exchange in order to recover Sergeant Bergahl. We saw an opportunity. We were concerned about Sergeant Bergahl's health. We had the cooperation of the Qataris to execute an exchange, and we seized that opportunity. And the process was truncated because we wanted to make sure that we did not miss that window. With respect to the circumstances of Sergeant Bergahl's capture by the Taliban, we obviously have not been interrogating Sergeant Bergahl. He is recovering from 5 years of captivity with the Taliban. He's having to undergo a whole battery of tests, and he is going to have to undergo a significant transition back into life. He has not even met with his family yet, which indicates, I think, the degree to which we take this transition process seriously, something that we learned from the Vietnam era. But let me just make a very simple point here, and that is, regardless of the circumstances, whatever those circumstances may turn out to be, we still get an American soldier back if he's held in captivity. Period. Full stop. We don't condition that. And that's what every mom and dad who sees a son or daughter sent over into war theaters should expect from not just their commander-in-chief, but the United States of America. In terms of potential threats, the release of the Taliban who were being held in Guantanamo was conditioned on the Qataris keeping eyes on them and creating a structure in which we can monitor their activities. We will be keeping eyes on them. Is there the possibility of some of them trying to return to activities that are detrimental to us? Absolutely. That's been true of all the prisoners that were released from Guantanamo. There is a certain recidivism rate that takes place. I wouldn't be doing it if I thought that it was contrary to American national security. And we have confidence that we will be in a position to go after them if, in fact, they are engaging activities that threaten our defenses. But this is what happens at the end of wars. That was true for George Washington. That was true for Abraham Lincoln. That was true for FDR. That's been true of every combat situation, that at some point you make sure that you try to get your folks back. And that's the right thing to do.
Just to clarify, could Sergeant Bergahl face discipline, or is that off the table?
That's not something that we're discussing at this point, because our main priority is making sure that the transition that he's undergoing after 5 years of captivity is successful.